Since the beginning of time, people have wondered, who am I? The challenging part is that there's no single right answer.
Perhaps we're asking the wrong question.
Even harder to accept is that you might spend 30, maybe 40 years of your life still wondering about this. You might be one person today and someone different tomorrow. But who are you deep inside? People change their habits often. One day you might like painting, and the next day you might like biking. But what values do you hold deep down? Sometimes it can feel like you're just a passenger in your own life, with someone else making decisions for you. You might want to take control but don't know how. This is a common psychological issue, and Carl Jung had a lot to say about it.
I say self, then you mustn't think of I, myself, because that is only your empirical self, and
Yeah.
that is covered by the term ego.
Ego, yes.
But when it is matter of the self, then it is matter of a personality that is more complete than the ego, because the ego is only consists of what you are conscious of.
Yes, yes. Your awareness.
Yeah, what you know to be yourself.
Carl Gustav Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst born in 1875. He made significant contributions to our understanding of the human mind. Jung was once a student and colleague of Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, but they eventually disagreed and went their separate ways. Jung spent his life studying the human mind, trying to understand what influences our behavior and personality. Carl Jung's idea of the human mind can be imagined as an iceberg. The small tip above the water represents the conscious mind. The part underwater but still visible symbolizes the personal unconscious, and the large hidden part underwater stands for the collective unconscious. Conscious mind. This is what we are aware of right now, including our thoughts, senses, and actions. It's where we make decisions and think things through. Jung referred to this part as the ego, the center of our conscious awareness. Personal unconscious. This part holds memories, thoughts, and experiences that we used to be aware of, but have now forgotten or pushed away. It includes personal experiences and knowledge that aren't in our active thoughts, but can come back to us. This is also where our complexes are found, patterns of feelings, memories, and ideas connected by a common theme. Jung expanded on Freud's idea of the personal unconscious, acknowledging its significant role in personality and behavior. Collective unconscious. Unlike the personal unconscious, the collective unconscious doesn't come from our own experiences. It's a shared memory passed down from our ancestors. It contains archetypes, basic symbols, themes, and ideas that appear in all cultures and times. The collective unconscious affects our thoughts, feelings, and actions in ways we often don't notice. It can show up in our dreams and thoughts. Symbols from the collective unconscious might appear in our dreams, fantasies, or even in things we say by accident, and can shape our personal beliefs and values. Jung believed this part of the psyche serves as a form of psychological inheritance, containing all the knowledge and experiences humans share as a species. Jung proposed that archetypes are universal, inborn models of people's behavior, or personalities that influence human behavior. He identified 4 primary archetypes: the self, the shadow, the anima, animus, and the persona.
I do not understand the things that I feel. Are they real?
The self. The self represents the unification of the conscious and unconscious within an individual. It's the archetype that connects our spiritual and earthly facets, symbolizing our striving for unity and wholeness. Creating the self occurs through a process known as individuation, where various aspects of personality are integrated. This wholeness translates into self-awareness, helping leaders understand their strengths, weaknesses, and core values. The shadow. The shadow encompasses the parts of ourselves that we choose to repress or deny, our fears, insecurities, and perceived weaknesses. It's the dark side of our personality that we often overlook. By recognizing and integrating our shadow, we can achieve personal growth and become more empathetic, understanding our imperfections and those of others. The anima and animus. The anima in men and animus in women represent the feminine and masculine aspects within us. They symbolize the true self versus societal expectations about gender roles. The anima is the feminine part of the male psyche, characterized by empathy and intuition, while the animus is the masculine part of the female psyche, related to logic and problem-solving. Integrating both aspects leads to a balanced and complete personality. The persona. The persona is the mask we present to the world, how we choose to be seen. It embodies our social role and mediates between our true self and the environment. The persona allows us to adapt to society's expectations, but becoming too closely identified with it can make us lose sight of our true selves. Jung believed that while these archetypes are universal, their expression is shaped by individual cultural influences and personal experiences. Each archetype plays a role in personality, but most people are dominated by one specific archetype. Understanding these archetypes helps us comprehend human behavior and the underlying motivations that drive us. In summary, the conscious mind, personal unconscious, and collective unconscious are all interconnected, and each plays a crucial role in how we experience life. By exploring and understanding these aspects, we can achieve a deeper sense of self-awareness and personal growth. While the primary archetypes represent internal parts of ourselves, the 12 character archetypes show how these parts can show up in our behaviors and attitudes. Each of us has a natural sense of the type of story we want to live. By understanding and accepting our nature, we can create a meaningful life. The innocent, optimism, trusting, naive. The innocent archetype represents purity, simplicity, and a strong belief in the world's goodness. They see life with optimism and a childlike wonder, often seeking safety and comfort. Strengths. Innocents bring positivity wherever they go. Their pure-hearted nature lifts others' spirits. They have a vivid imagination and can find beauty in everyday moments. With their dislike for conflict and love for harmony, innocents often mediate disputes and help restore peace in groups. Weaknesses. Because they are very trusting, innocents can be easily manipulated or deceived. They avoid confrontation and shy away from difficult conversations, which can hold back their personal growth. The everyman, relatable, empathic, adaptable. The everyman archetype represents the ordinary person. They are down to earth and relatable, reflecting common human experiences. They live a typical life and understand the struggles and joys of everyday people. Strengths. The everyman easily connects with others and builds friendships. Their empathic nature helps them understand and respond to others' needs. They are caring and supportive, making them good friends and companions. Weaknesses. Everyman types are very adaptable and can get along with many personalities. However, their average qualities make it hard for them to stand out. Being content with an ordinary life is good, but being too content and having limited aspirations might prevent them from experiencing new and exciting things. The hero. Courageous, determined, moral compass. The hero archetype stands for courage, strength, and nobility. Heroes are often called to go on adventures, leave their ordinary lives, face challenges, change, and come back with new wisdom. Strengths. Heroes inspire others with their courage and determination. Their ability to stay strong in tough times motivates others to find their own strength and keep going through their struggles. Weaknesses. Because of their many achievements, heroes can become overconfident and arrogant, which can harm their relationships and lead to their downfall. The hero's journey can also make them feel isolated, causing them to struggle with loneliness and the heavy burden of their responsibilities. The caregiver, nurturing, selfless, compassionate. Caregivers focus on the well-being of others and have a deep desire to support and care for those in need. They have a strong instinct to protect and comfort vulnerable people. Strengths. Caregivers' empathy and compassion create a safe and nurturing environment where others can heal and grow. They provide physical care as well as emotional and spiritual support. Their selfless nature often leads them to put others' needs before their own. Weaknesses. Caregivers' selflessness can turn into self-neglect, as they might ignore their own emotional and physical needs while constantly helping others. Being around others' suffering and needs can take an emotional toll, especially if they struggle to set healthy boundaries and say no in their caregiving roles. The explorer. Independent, curious, resourceful. Explorers embody curiosity and adventure. They seek new horizons and constantly push boundaries, both in the world and within themselves. Strengths. Explorers are very independent and value their freedom. They have the courage to face the unknown and approach new experiences with an open mind and heart. Their creativity and resourcefulness help them adapt easily to changing circumstances. Weaknesses. Constantly seeking adventure can make explorers restless and unable to enjoy the present moment. This restlessness can lead to risky behavior without thinking about the consequences. Their independence and desire to keep moving can also make it hard for them to form deep relationships, leading to feelings of isolation. The rebel. Passionate, non-conforming, courageous. The rebel archetype represents defiance, non-conformity, and a desire for change. Rebels challenge established norms and conventions, often seeking justice or freedom. Strengths. Rebels are crucial for driving societal and cultural change. They challenge outdated systems and practices, helping society progress. Their willingness to question the norm can inspire others to stand up for their rights and beliefs. Weaknesses. The defiance of rebels can lead to conflict and resistance from others, making them feel like outsiders. They can be reckless, acting impulsively without considering the consequences, which can get them into trouble. The lover. Sensual, emotional, passionate. The lover is about passion, desire, and connecting with others in the world. It represents the pursuit of pleasure, intimacy, and a deep appreciation for beauty in all its forms. Strengths. Lovers can forge meaningful relationships and bonds that bring them fulfillment via their emotional depth. They value intimacy and vulnerability, which is a trait that many others look for in a relationship. They also have a real appreciation for the world's beauty and are often successful when pursuing an artistic goal. Weaknesses. Lovers wear their hearts on their sleeves, making them more vulnerable to heartbreak. Because they act impulsively based on their feelings, this can sometimes lead to hasty decisions and regrets. The creator. Innovative, creative, independent. The creator archetype is all about imagination and innovation. Creators are driven to bring new and unique ideas to life through creative expression. Strengths. Creators have limitless imagination. Their unique ideas and groundbreaking work often inspire others, encouraging them to think differently. Their contributions leave a lasting impact and are valuable to society. Weaknesses. Creators often strive for perfection, which can make them very critical of their work. Their intense focus on creative projects can mean less time for friends and family, and this constant focus on work can hurt their relationships. The jester. Playful, funny, light-hearted. The jester archetype is all about humor and playfulness. Jesters use wit and humor to entertain and lighten the mood. Strengths. Jesters can make people laugh even in tough situations, helping to relieve stress and cope with difficulties. Their playful approach can encourage others to see things from a lighter perspective. Humor brings people together, and jesters are great at doing that. Weaknesses. Sometimes jesters may unintentionally offend others with their humor, especially if it crosses boundaries. People might also underestimate the emotional depth of jesters, thinking they hide their true feelings behind humor. The sage, wise, contemplative, natural mentors. The sage archetype represents wisdom and knowledge. Sages are seekers of truth and enlightenment and offer guidance and insight to those who seek their wisdom. Strengths. Through experience and study, sages have preserved collective wisdom that allows them to offer valuable guidance and counsel to others who are going through troubled times. They are also excellent problem solvers who can guide people through tough dilemmas by thinking critically and asking intelligent questions. Weaknesses. Their introspective natures can lead to isolation or difficulty connecting with others on an emotional level. They also tend to overanalyze situations and, rather than arriving at a decision, they can easily become lost in their thoughts. The magician, skilled, knowledgeable, empowered. The magician archetype is about transformation and creating change through knowledge and power. Magicians can use unseen forces to change themselves and the world around them. Strengths. Magicians can empower themselves and others to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. They are natural leaders and often guide others through change. Weaknesses. With their deep knowledge and ability to effect change, magicians might be tempted to use their skills for personal gain or to manipulate others. They may become arrogant, thinking they are invincible. Magicians can also lose touch with reality as they get absorbed by the endless possibilities of change. The ruler, responsible, born leader, visionary. The ruler archetype represents leadership and authority. Rulers are natural leaders who hold positions of power and responsibility, focusing on maintaining order and ensuring the well-being of their people. Strengths. Rulers provide stability and order while inspiring loyalty among their followers. Their leadership unites people towards a common goal. They are very responsible and determined to make a positive impact in the world. Weaknesses. Rulers can sometimes become narcissistic, believing their authority is beyond question. Their focus on maintaining stability may also hinder their ability to adapt to change and embrace innovation. How to understand humans, ourselves, and others. Jungian archetypes offer a mirror to our inner selves, helping us understand ourselves better, lead others effectively, and communicate more authentically. Self-awareness. Knowing about these archetypes can give us insights into our motivations, fears, and desires, which improves our decision-making and empathy. Authenticity. By understanding and accepting different parts of our personality, we can be more genuine, which builds trust and stronger connections within our teams. Influential communication. Understanding archetypes helps us see others' perspectives and behaviors, making us better communicators and promoting meaningful relationships. Finding your archetype. Carl Jung believed that archetypes are universal patterns of behavior present in everyone's unconscious mind. Discovering your archetype can tell you a lot about yourself. For example, someone with a strong persona archetype is likely to be outgoing and able to adapt to different social situations. To better understand yourself, Jung suggested these steps. Analyze your dreams. Dreams reveal what's happening in your unconscious mind. Keeping a dream journal and noting recurring images or patterns can help you understand your inner thoughts and how they relate to archetypes. Reflect on your emotions. Each archetype focuses on specific emotions. For instance, frequent feelings of anger might suggest that the shadow archetype is strong in you. Explore your creative impulses. Jung believed creativity comes from the unconscious. Engaging in creative activities can help you understand your inner world. Notice how these activities make you feel to identify which archetypes are active in your psyche. Seek guidance from a therapist. A trained therapist can help you explore your psyche and identify your main archetypes using methods like dream analysis and active imagination. Understanding your archetype helps you learn about your journey and emotions, building a deeper connection with yourself. Be patient and accepting of yourself. By understanding your archetypes, you gain insights into your personality and behavior, helping you become a more authentic and self-aware person. And that's a wrap on understanding Jungian archetypes. I hope this video helped you gain some insight into yourself and the people around you. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear which archetype you match with the most. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.